Hi Aquarius, welcome in to your reading. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, we're reading for the second week of February, Valentine week. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay, so let's see what's going on here for Aquarius, please. Situation, second week of February, please. Oh. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's going on. I have two scenarios. Guys, I like to speak in generalities because you're a large audience, right? So we have to speak in regards to your environment because cards are energies. So we'll speak to the cards in regards of energy. So this can be applied to you or this could be your other person doing this to you. It can be vice versa. Please take everything with a grain of salt. Time and energy is fluid. It's either happening the first week or the last week of February for some of you. Others of you, it's right here and now. So with this said, I see the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups talks about your environment, your happy environment with other people. It's mutual. So this could be very much talking about a happy couple, you know, kids, blended family, or your work environment. This is why I like to speak in generalities because this could be applied with your friendship, your home family, your coworkers. Moreover, you and another person and your relationship with the other person. It's happy, it's mutual. 5 cups are yours, 5 cups are theirs. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. This card here is a novice card. It's a learning card, but it's also a card of boredom. It's also talking about reaching a level of stagnation. Have it peaked, having gone as far as it can go kind of thing. But moreover, it's talking about learning something. So you could be in a place where for example, your work environment, it's a new company, it's a new job, or you're working with new coworkers or new people and you're learning the ropes. You're learning the standard operating procedures of the company and you're moving yourself up. Or you're learning a new job or a new thing or something new in your industry. Others of you, you could be in school and you found your happy place. Moreover, it's about that, finding your happy place. But for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody younger that's learning from you. If that's work related, if it's love related, we're going to talk about this in the sense that you are some kind of happy couple here, but you reached a peak and now it's got to either move to the next level or it's gone as far as it can go. So we'll see what it's talking about when we clarify. But at the bottom of the deck, I do see the 8 of Swords in reverse and the Magician in reverse and then the King of Wands. What's up here? All right. This is talking about getting unstuck. And this is something about manipulation. We'll see in a minute what's going on here. Interesting. All right. So please tell me what's coming towards my Aquarius, please. What's coming towards them, please? All right, I'm going to be honest with you. Also, if you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome, welcome. I like to describe and explain the cards because, like I said, they're energies. And you, by me describing or explaining the cards, you know exactly where to place it in your life and discern for yourselves what I'm saying. Moreover, I rip off band-aids, I sugarcoat nothing. I'm sorry, I just think it's more helpful to know the information than for me to say, oh yeah, rainbows and unicorns and butterflies. I'd love to read that if I see that. Other times, I think honesty is the best policy. Why am I telling you all this? Because I see the Queen of Swords in reverse. Also, you are my queens, whether you're male or female. Incoming energy are the kings. They are male or female. We do that so I can discern the difference between the two. Now, with this being you, all right, or your energy, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is first and foremost Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. In the reverse, it means you're just kind of in this place where you're in a little bit of bitch mode or, you know, you're being a bit of an asshole. Sorry, I'm just going to be honest. But let me explain further. The only reason that could be that way is because somebody put you in that position. Somebody has cornered you and now you're in this situation where you're just a little bit short-tempered or you're not thinking clearly in regards to something. All right. Seven of Swords in reverse and the Five of Cups upright. Something comes to light, okay? And I think this information that you hear, it pisses you off. And it makes you not think clearly. Like you're sort of like, what do I do with this now? I'm going to talk about this in the way where it's like theoretical, and then I'm going to talk about it in regards to love. Five of Cups in reverse talks about guilt, regret, the woulda, coulda, shoulda cards, but also moreover, it's you're pining over something that's gone and done, and at this point, you really can't look in the rearview mirror because you are right now. You're looking in the rearview mirror, but you're not seeing what's walking right in front of you. Okay, and why I'm saying that is because behind you are these two cups right here that are filled with abundance. So that past situation or this current situation or however it fell apart or whatever happened there, it's done. So you got to turn around and see the other cups of abundance. What you can do with what you already have in your life. All right. Now, in the world of love or feelings in that regard, this is talking about a breakup or you having broken up with the person or somebody's breaking up with you. Somebody that had ghosted now comes back. If this was an affair, it gets found out. All right. And then this is the guilty card. The feeling bad about some kind of situation. So there's some information that comes to light, and now it makes you feel like you're in an impossible place, in an impossible situation, and now you can't even kind of, I don't want to say focus, but it's put you in this position where you're like short-tempered. All right. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we have an Ace of Swords, and then we have the Death card. Wow, and then the Sun, and then the Four of Wands. All right, so it gets better. This is good. It's almost like as if this had to come into light, you know, because I feel like the only place you can go from down is up, obviously, and you eventually will turn this around. Because the truth will come to light. You lay your cards on the table, you get honest with somebody, and then there's an ending of some kind. And then the good thing about this is, like, once it's done, there's a metamorphosis. And after the metamorphosis, we have the Sun coming in, making you happy, and then the Four of Wands over here, where we find some sort of structure. All right, let's see. Let's continue, because when we start clarifying these cards, the details are going to be very, very, very interesting. What is it that Aquarius doesn't see coming their way? Sorry I rattled on there, but just felt like there's so many of you going through different situations that it can apply in both worlds. Now, I have the Eight of Cups in the cross, which talks about being torn over a situation. Do you stay or do you go? Because there's something here where you're not happy or you're not interested, or it's unrequited love. So I'll be honest with you. It goes back to your situation. This all ties in, right? Because this is hitting that peak. This is hitting that plateau. This is you being bored. This is going as far as it can go. And it can't go anywhere anymore. So although you were happy before, you're like, okay, now what? You know why? Because you're an ever-evolving creature, Aquarius. You're going to come to this point where if the situation doesn't evolve with you or grow with you or make it interesting enough for you, you're going to be unrequited about it. You're going to be, you know what, not for me, no thank you. No matter what it looks like to you. And there's a good reason why you could be not seeing that part of abundance, because this that's being gifted to you by the universe, you're ignoring it. Because you're too overly concerned with, you know, what's going on over here, the situation that was lost. But looking at the back of the deck from prior to, I see you're eventually going to go through some sort of motions where honesty is going to come out, people are going to speak, something's going to die and end, and then you can have your evolution. This is kind of like seeing those steps happening within the journey. Sorry, this string is annoying me. And the more I pull it, the more it unravels. Anyway. I'm so random. The Eight of Cups. You're torn. Stay or go. because of something that you're not sure you're into anymore. What is the advice? And we'll clarify. We'll see in a second what this is talking about. Three of Pentacles. It's talking about work-wise, working with a team and collaborating. Others of you, this is collaborating with the person. It's like using a third energy to help you out, right? It's almost like you can't do it alone situation, and that's the advice here. We'll see why it's bringing that up. Interesting. Because in my head, I was thinking about wise counsel, and lo and behold, the Hermit card is at the bottom of the deck. Hermit card talks about retracting your energy, laying low, not really telling people where you're at right now, your thoughts. But it's also, you know, quieting yourself so you can find that solution within you to make that wise decision, what's right for your scenario. But it's telling you you might not be able to go at it alone. You might need a third energy. You need to collaborate. So it's like if you're, you know, in a couple and you're married and your marriage has stagnated and you're thinking about leaving, it could talk about, you know, therapy, counseling. If this is work, it's working with a group, it's working with a team. But yeah, it's taking wise counsel. Think about it. All right, what's the outcome here? Oh my God, I love this. Unicorns, rainbows, and butterflies. I told you I'd read it if it came out, and here it is, the sun. I want to stop there. Because they could change once you know, another card comes out. It comes different. No, it gets better, especially for you, Aquarius. I'll tell you why. And then we have Judgment 2 at the bottom of the deck. I love that it ends like this. Page of Wands and the Sun. All right. You get curious, okay? And you pretty much, some kind of situation or solution either comes to you or someone proposes some sort of opportunity, or there's a scenario that you've just noticed and it makes you curious. You're like, wait a minute, what if I go that route? What if I go down that road? So for example, somebody new piques your curiosity, or somebody, you know, is interested in you and they start talking to you. You're like, I wonder what that's all about. So you engage, right? You start chatting with that person. And then all of a sudden you become a little bit more interested. You become a little bit more curious. What if I travel down that road with that person? Or a solution or situation at work presents itself to you. And you're like, oh my God, that's kind of curious. That's kind of interesting. What if I go that way and do that? That piques your curiosity and makes it interesting for you, and therefore in conclusion makes you also very happy. And then you have Judgment at the bottom of the deck, knowing that you need to make a decision regarding a scenario. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I need to grab another deck. Hold on a second, guys. Let's go to the After Tarot. I'm going to skip the before section. I'm going to do it at the very end as a general overall. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below. Ooh, I'm going to take that for a second. And then I am going to do a small extended. It's about maybe 10 minutes long. Guys, it's about your person that you're into. So it's more love related. This is more about you, okay? And in the extended, we go into how your person feels about you, their intentions towards you, the actions that they'll take, and then what the universe has. And then we quickly run through Aries to Pisces, as you're not all dating the same signs. All right. Aries, please. Oh my God, Aquarius. Why do I just put Aries on the brain? Are some of you dealing with one? Or is it in your charts? Aquarius. Anyway, the preliminary card that fell out when I said I'll keep it is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands talks about feeling like you almost give up, you know, you're emotionally guarded, you don't want to put down your guard for somebody in particular just yet. And for work-wise, you're just beat down and tired, and you're like at give up mode. You're like, oh, I can't take it anymore. That's just a preliminary card. I don't know why it popped out. It's probably something interesting to you. We'll see in a minute. Aquarius, please. Interesting slip of the tongue there. 10 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Maybe you're dealing with one. Holy shit, I'm in a freak right now. You know how I just had the slip of the tongue of Aries? Well, it's an Aries card. It's the Fool card. Talk about foresight. You're going to take a leap of faith and a risk, and you're going to leave something behind. It can be temporary, though, Aquarius. Oh, wow. This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This can also be you. You're either dealing with one or this is you. Energetically speaking, this is about being attractive to somebody, passionate with somebody. At work, you're creative. But moreover, I would be remiss to not tell you, it's also the mistress or the Mr. card. It's the third party person. It's the person that's having an affair, right? So you could be having one. You know who you are. No judgment here. You're discerning adults. Place how I describe these cards to you. Back to this. The Fool. This is you taking a risk of some kind. And this is the after tarot of what your situation is here. So like I said, you could be bored or stagnated in a situation that you were happy. Now something has occurred or it's gone as far as it can go and you're like, I'm just over it, right? So you take a risk and a leap of faith and you do something else. And it can be alone, like disengaging and taking yourself away from the relationship or the dynamic or situation. And it makes a lot of sense to me because you're in the reverse here in the next position. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here, Aquarius, with your 5 of Cups, your 7 of Swords in reverse. I just feel for the bulk of you, the 7 of Swords in reverse, somebody who ghosted comes back. Others of you, if you were having an affair, it comes to light. Or some kind of information that was hidden comes to light. It's kind of like the cat is out of the bag now. And now that it's out of the bag, I don't know what about it is bothering you. I mean, yeah, Page of Pentacles came out again. And the 3 of Pentacles. Can I have one more, please, for after? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Ooh. All right, let's see. You have the 8 of Cups. You have the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Cups in reverse. And the Sun back here again, which I love. Okay, so the Ace of Cups talks about fresh new start in love. The 8 of Cups talks about leaving something or someone behind. The Hierophant represents something that is marriage, commitment to your job, to your career, to your school, to your education. It's an institution, moreover. 7 of Cups in reverse, confused, not knowing what decision to make, what option to take. Again, this doesn't have to be you, it can be your other person. It can also talk about delusion, being deluded over a situation. And the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, coming in from out of the cold. So it's like you had this fresh new start in love, and you got excited about it, Aquarius, but then it somehow affected your other part of your life, whether you were married or you were in a relationship or you had some other kind of commitment. Whatever this was, it feels like it had stagnated quickly. And unfortunately, it affected the other parts of your life, right? And now you're at this place where you need to make a decision and you kind of don't know what to do because you're sort of like, do I stay or do I go? because in the next position you have the same exact card in the cross. So you're like, in a way, I'm not exactly alone. I do have options in my life. And this fresh new start and love made you feel like you were coming in from out of the cold. But there's something that you're not also looking at that you need to with the Seven of Cups in reverse. Although this talks about your options and your opportunities, there's something about it that you're ignoring a little bit. You're just like, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on over here. You don't want to know. Because, I'm not saying, you are by far not ignorant, but ignorance is bliss, and you know that. And so you're like, I'm just going to ignore it. Even though you know there's something going on over here, you don't want to look at it because you're happy right now and you want to stay that way. See, it is kind of what I'm saying, because under that is also the devil. And the devil doesn't do things to us. We do things to us. We allow the devil to come in. Fear, obsession, codependency, all these shadowy things about our human construct. We know there's bad shit about ourselves. Sometimes we ignore it and sometimes we work on it. We're like, and sometimes we'll say, oh, we'll get to that shit later on in life. But that's what it's saying. You're not looking at it, and you kind of gotta look at it because you're happy right now. But now whatever you started doing that was different and new, it also reached the peak with these Page of Pentacles. All right. So let's go back here. Let me just shuffle this deck. To the Eight of Cups in the cross. Aquarius, why is the Eight of Cups in cross? Please. Nine of Cups, Four of Wands in reverse, and then there's this again. And you saw me shuffle the friggin' deck. So, and then there's a King of Wands back there. And a Six of Cups, somebody from your recent past. All right, so it's got something to do with either a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It does not have to be. They're in the upright position, so I do see you looking at them fondly. Sorry for these white scratches. We're remodeling the house and I had to take something off the wall. Random again. But back to you. The Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands in reverse talks about your foundation not exactly falling apart, but not going through. So imagine it's like you buy a house or you sign a lease for a new apartment to move or whatever, and it doesn't go through. It's like that. Or you got engaged and it fell apart. Or whatever it is that you started building, it fell apart. You started investing in a coworker, it went inverted, fell apart. And then the other part of you is the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment and desire. So it is also talking about self-indulgence in a way. So I don't want to say selfish. I can say that, and sometimes we have to be. A lot of people think these notions are bad. It depends on how you apply them in your life, right? Sometimes we need to be selfish with ourselves because we need to persevere in life, correct? Yes. So these are the people that advance in their lives too. So in a way, you're kind of doing this energy where you're like, I really need to take care of me. And I can't fake the funk of pretending like this is great when I don't want it anymore. So it's one of those energies. And it's clarifying your Eight of Cups like this, not knowing whether you should stay or go. Okay? And this is a job. This is a relationship. This is a friendship. This is something. It's just whatever you had built with someone before, you don't look at it anymore in the same light. So you're trying to fulfill thyself. Because nines talk about self. All right? Yeah. And it's just, I feel like as you're doing this though, you might be a little bit confused as to what your options are or can be We'll see why this is here. We'll continue and it'll somehow make sense by the end. All right, so let's see why because you're trying to focus on something else in your life. Anyway, that fell out as I asked. What is the Three of Pentacles? Another cross card. Let's see. Yeah, the Death card, which is a Scorpio card. Maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio also. And there's you, the Water Bearer, the Star card, being positive and hopeful. Well, you need to be, because now we're in your position of advice. So moreover, when you have death in the cross of Three of Pentacles, you're maybe torn over ending something. But in a way, I think innately, you know it needs to end because you need growth in something else or with someone else, a whole other situation. Or in general, just for yourself, like something needs to die to grow. It's like a plant, right? You know, you're not going to have that plant with some dead rotting leaves on your plant. You know your plant's not going to thrive until you pluck off the dead leaves. You got to take off the dead leaves so your plant can thrive. You know this, but it's in the cross position, so you're like, that's why it's saying your best advice is to collaborate. Add a third party to the mix so you can get the best advice and help. Or just to see the dynamic, how it plays out. Like once you input like a third situation, how is it going to be? Others of you, I'm going to be direct and very frank. The end of a third party situation. You might need to end a third party. There's a third party here that A, is unnecessary, whether that's work or friend, because they're causing problems, or B, relationships. Like you're entangled with two other individuals. I don't know if you're debating which one to send home. It's like, and who keeps the rose? But stay positive and hopeful. Because justice is coming in. Others of you, that could be a divorce or court proceedings. And I see the Emperor here, another Aries energy. And a Pisces back here. They're all back here. Jesus. All right, and a Taurus, because I just saw the Magician too. But back to you, Leo. So everyone, you guys are dealing with all different signs. What is Page of Wands, the Sun? So I don't really feel like I'm just talking to only one camp here. I feel like I'm talking to multiple camps. It'll be more specific in the extended because we're going to be talking about your love life or your person, actually. What am I doing? Look at this. Ten of Cups came out again. And then the King of Cups is back here. King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally available. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're happy because you find yourself in an environment, once again, that's happy. It's conducive. Everyone loves everyone. It's like almost like introducing the new boyfriend or the new girlfriend, and they fit right in, and everyone's happy. But I'm wondering what this Page of Wands is. Like, what happens? Like, I think you do something, or you hear something, or you say something, and then you're curious how it changes everything. Let me have one more card, please. Page of Wands, please, for outcome. And here are all the major arcanas I saw before. The High Priestess and the Magician. Remember I told you before, I just saw the Magician came out. And then the Knight of Wands. And then here you are again as the Queen of Wands. So, something spontaneously happens here, right? And you manifest a certain situation with somebody that you either A, have not been talking to, or B, this is talking about using your intuition in manifesting a certain scenario. But I want you guys to know that this is a flaky card. It's casual. It's non-committal. So that's why you're curious, because you're like, I don't need to commit to this situation. So you start using your intuition and you're like, what if I can manifest this scenario? And that's why you have this Page of Wands. And you kind of create this blended happy environment. But we'll see. That's what's going on for the week. So it could be very different next week. All right, Romance Angels. By the way, we also clarified these with Tarot in the extended. So what's going on here for Aquarius, please? See, you got deception. And I'm going to read this to you. And at the bottom of the deck, it says it's safe for you to love. I'm going to pull one more of these in the extended, and we're going to clarify with the Tarot. Layering over gives us details. Now, I'm going to read you deception, okay? Because I need you to understand why we were looking at the Seven of Cups in reverse, okay? It's like Tarot lessons, too. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Someone's deluding themselves or confused. And there it is, deception. And we're going to review this in the extended. Someone is just like, I don't want to know what's going on over here. So there's that. It's like something you don't want to see or look at, or it's your person. You know who you are, what camp you belong in. All right, let's get one last card, because this was, I didn't expect this reading to be that long, to be honest with you. And I took out the Before Tarot. Interesting. I was going to read it, but I don't think we need to. I think we clarified everything just right. All right, you got reflection and overthinking. Ta-da! I want to read this, though. Let me do it this way. I keep forgetting that with the camera, I got to change my left and right. All right. Reflection and overthinking. Overthinking is extremely common and something most of us do. Things such as asking yourself, what if, repeatedly, picturing worst-case scenarios or exaggerating the severity of an issue, constantly looking in the mirror and analyzing things about ourselves that aren't necessarily true. That's the devil. The devil comes in our headspace and tells us things that are not true or believable. Or like we self-delude ourselves, or we overthink something and it's just right there staring at us in front of our eyes and we just don't see it. And the more you do it, you trust those feelings. So it's worth taking a step back and starting to think about the things you are telling yourself. What you see might not be what others see. The deception of, the false mask. Your thoughts can both aggravate you, cause frustration, anger, and sadness, but they can also bring you peace and harmony in a way of coping with complicated emotions. Practice changing or steering the direction your thoughts are taking regarding an issue, and rather than worry, reflect about judgment. The first step is to start noticing when your thoughts are causing pain and you feel that everything is burning inside. Make a note to yourself every time you feel heated or angry or upset. Reflect by observing and acknowledging your own thoughts and start communicating with them in a more objective way. Start to oppose those truths that you are telling yourself. Are they really true? Do you really have that evidence? Might there be an alternative way to do things and solve your current problems? All right, guys, this is what I have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave your comments down below. Sharing and liking will help the channel circulate and your cohort to grow. The extended link is down below, and I will see you there. Sorry you have to be a member to see the extended, but they're worth it because once you become a member, you have access to almost every extended from every sign all month long. All right, everybody. I'll see you then.